4 friends, one quiet forest, and a decision that would change everything. It was supposed to be a simple weekend escape. No signal, no distractions, just nature. But sometimes, nature doesn't want you there. Ethan, Jake, Ryan, and Lucas had been planning the trip for weeks. They wanted somewhere far from the noise of the city, so they picked a remote campsite deep in the woods. When they arrived, everything felt perfect. The air was fresh, the trees stretched endlessly around them, and for the first time in a while, everything felt calm. They set up their tents, gathered firewood, and laughed about random things, joking about who would survive the longest if something ever went wrong. At the time, it was funny. As night fell, the forest changed. The laughter faded. The darkness grew thicker. The sounds around them became unfamiliar. Then they heard it. A low rustle in the distance. They paused, listening. "Probably just the wind," Jake said. But the wind doesn't snap branches like that. The sound came again, closer this time. Lucas grabbed a flashlight and pointed it toward the trees. The beam cut through the darkness, but there was nothing there. Just trees, silence. Then suddenly, 2 glowing eyes appeared in the distance. They didn't move. They just stared. No one spoke. And then they vanished. No one slept well that night. By morning, things were worse. Their food bags had been torn open. Supplies scattered everywhere. Deep claw marks were scratched into a nearby tree. That's when the realization hit them. They weren't alone, and whatever was out there had already found them. They tried to stay calm, packed up slowly, agreed they should leave early, but it was already too late. It happened without warning. A massive bear burst out of the trees. It roared, loud enough to freeze them in place. Ethan didn't move. Jake shouted, "Run!" And everything turned to chaos. They scattered in different directions, crashing through bushes, tripping over roots, branches snapping behind them. The bear chased, fast, powerful, relentless. Ryan tried to climb a tree, his hands slipping as panic took over. Lucas ran as hard as he could, but suddenly tripped, slamming into the ground. The impact knocked the air out of him. For a moment, everything went quiet. Then he heard it. Heavy footsteps. Slow, closing in. He turned. The bear stood a few meters away, staring at him. It didn't rush this time. It walked toward him. Calm, certain, like it knew he wasn't going anywhere. The forest echoed with distant shouts. Then silence. Hours later, the woods were still again. Too still. When help finally came, only 2 of them made it out. Injured, shocked, unable to explain everything that happened. They never spoke about that day in detail. But one thing stayed with them forever. Some places in the wild don't want visitors. And sometimes,